Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a video on this channel for me today from CcSpeedUk. So we're doing something a little bit different today in this video on my channel. You can see in the background, we're doing a settings video on F123. So I'm going to show you my settings on F123, see how I do well in okay races. Sometimes I do bad, sometimes I do really good, so something like that. So yeah, so make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, I'll appreciate it a lot, that'll give me support and all that. You'll see more videos like this, and you won't miss few videos along the way, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, I'll appreciate it a lot. So let's move on to assist, the first one, the assist. Everything's off apart from traction, anti-lock brakes, racing 9 and gearbox. So that's only 4 I don't turn off, because corners only on racing 9 I need to make sure I know where to brake. If you see red, that means it knows where to brake. I need to know where to brake at the right time and make sure I don't go too late or too early or something like that. So that's why I have it on corners only, so I don't mind it. Anti-lock brakes, have it on because at least I can turn and brake at the same time. And it feels better, but I know off is better, but it's a little bit faster, but I understand that. But it feels better with on. If you are struggling with it, leave it on. If you are getting used to it, keep it off. Traction, I have it on full because I tried it on medium a few times. I found it struggling on medium because I just can't get it at the right time. Every time I get the power down, I just can't get it the way I wanted, so I had to keep on full. If you do get used to it, have it on medium, and if you are faster than full, fair enough. But I know off is quicker, but I understand that, but it's just how I feel. And gearbox, I have it on automatic because it's much easier for me on the controller. Not have to worry about using the clutch or gear up and gear down and all that. We can do it on manual on the controller as well. Depends how you feel. It is a bit faster using manual if you're using a wheel or controller. Controller is a bit faster on the manual, but I prefer automatic because I have to worry about the going up and down each time when I'm braking or accelerating, all that on the gears and all that, going up and down and all that. So yeah, so you can pause the video at any time you want. So you can check it out. You can copy my settings if you want to. How you feel. You can change it around if you want to. It's how you feel and all that. You can pause any time you want in the video. Move on to camera settings now. I use TV Pod. I've been using TV Pod since day one. I've been using it since F1 2010 at the time. Since I played first F1 game I played on. So yeah, so I field a few. I have it on 0. Offset, I have it on 0 because it makes the car into the middle of the screen to left and right. If you're using offset, TV pod offset, it's best to move that to the middle. I'd say -12 maybe, if I get that right. Or 12 maybe, if you're going to the right. It goes to the left, so you need to go to the right to go to the middle to make sure it's in the middle, like myself. Mine's on 0 because I'm using TV pod. So yeah, if you're using offset and all that. Offset, this one I have it on 14. It goes forwards and backwards. I always have it on 14. It feels alright. When I tried it out, it was fine on F123, so I'm okay with 14 on that. Offset, I have it 0 up and down. I have it on 0. It's not too bad at all. I'm okay with that. Angle -20 on the angle. It feels better on -20, so I can look at the road. Don't have to worry about the sky, so I can look at the road, what's ahead. So it's better than on default and all that. Have on -20, the better. And near quick plane, have it on 0. Mirror angle, have it on 0. I think that's definitely not too bad on the mirrors. And mirror quick doesn't make any difference on 0, but it doesn't make it go up and down. But it does make a difference if you change these bits right here. Camera shake, camera movement, definitely important to have it on 0 because it does get you distracted every time you have it on default or if you have it halfway. Best to have it in 0. But these two, because it does get you distracted, so you don't want to get a headache or something, or something like that. Yeah, put these on 0. It's definitely important as well, so keep that on 0 for that. On to on-screen display. I have this on default. I never moved it. I never touched it since it came out. I never touched it once on the screen there, so I always keep it on default, so don't use it that much. So you can change it if you want to, but it's how you feel, so that's why I keep how I feel. On-screen display, I have it on cockpit view off because I don't use cockpit view. So if you're using cockpit view, it's better to have it on if you want to see the gaps, the leaders, and all that kind of stuff. I always have it off because I don't use cockpit view, so I always turn it off. That's how you feel. Speed limit to tilt, I have it on miles per hour because it depends where you're from. You can have on kilometers an hour if you want to. Depends where you're from. I'm from the UK, so I have it on miles per hour, so it does make sense you're from the UK. So you can have on kilometers an hour if you want to, but I have it on miles per hour. Depends where you're from. Degrees Celsius, I have it on there since at the time, since the game came out, including the other F1 games as well. Have it since then. Fahrenheit, I don't even do Fahrenheit, so I kept it on Celsius because it makes sense for myself and all that. Full track map, definitely important. Have it on full because you can see the track map where you are on the map. You can see where the leaders are. You can see if you're on the fast lap, someone else is on the fast lap if you're on the slow lap, and also you can see where the safety car is if you're miles behind and all that. So definitely keep that on full because that's definitely important where you are on the map or something like that. Data time, I have it on, so need to know if you're gaining or not, or if you're not on a slow lap, you can back out, or if you're gaining, just keep going till complete the lap and all that. Definitely keep that on. Arrows, I kept that on because I need to know if I'm going side by side or is there a car behind me to make sure I have enough space going side by side. All that. That's definitely keep that on because that's important as well. Driver's tag, you can turn it off if you want to. I have it on because I can see who I'm racing with, any net game tags on there, so you can see who I'm racing with. Start lights, you can have it on or off if you want to. I have it on so I can see the lights if I'm like last place in P20 or something at the back, or even down the field, like less than P15 or something. So I need to know I can see where the lights are and all that. So I have it on, so I need to know where the lights are and all that on the screen if it's too far away and all that. Virtual mirror, rear mirror, view mirror, I meant to say. I have it off because if you turn that on, what I normally don't do, it looks like this. It does get you a little bit of distractions. For me, that's why I don't have it on. You can see behind you or who's behind you and all that if you're racing. I'll normally use my right stick to do this, to look back. You can do it that way if you want to, or this. Doesn't matter what you have. For me, I have it off because I don't use it that much and I get less distractions, so I always have it off. You can have it on if you want to. It's how you feel, but I have it off because I don't get distractions and all that. Session timer, PQ. I have it on because I need to know how long I got left in the session. Like 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, or something like that. So I can get another run in, can get 2 runs in, or maybe your final run in, like less than 30 seconds to go and all that. It costs a 9 to get your final lap in. Definitely that important if you want a slow lap. So you need to know how long you got left in the session. So definitely important to keep that on. Objects panel, I always have it off. Not sure what it does, but I always have it off so I don't know what it does. So like that. So I have it off and all that. As we move on to car setup panel, I have it on default because I could just use a button so I can look at the default if I have damage or something like that instead of looking around. So I always have it on default. It's much easier than doing looking around and all that. Overtake EOS mode, I have it on trigger instead of hold because I can press it and then use the EOS and I have to worry about holding it. And I can press it again to turn it off, so I always have it trigger instead of hold. So I'll have it like that. Onto my control settings. If you look at my layout on the controller buttons right here, you've got like DRS, overtake, manual pit stops, default, radio, and of course looking around and clutch as well at the same time and all that. And other stuffs on there as well. What I use on the controller and all that. So it's there if you want to. You can change it around if you want to, but this is kind of what I prefer and all that. Vibration, false feedback. If you're on the wheel, it's best to have it on. If you're using a wheel, if I was using a wheel, I have it on. I have it off because I'm using a controller, so I don't want to get distractions with my controller. I need to make sure it's stable. I don't want it broken, so if it happens one day or if it gets broken or something like that. On track, off track, rumble strips, and wheel dampers. I think it's best to have it on 0 if you're using a wheel. If I had a wheel, I'd put it on 0. This one, if you're using a Logic G29, I say above 100, the better, so you can feel the strength. If you're using an F1 esports wheel, I would say less than 100, about 75 on the strength. I think 75 will be better if you're using an F1 esports wheel or something like that. Wheel rotation, had it on 300 because it feels okay on 300. So I prefer 300 than 360 or something. I had 360 at the time before F1 22 I played on. I changed to 300 since then. I feel okay on 300 degrees. I feel comfortable. I feel okay on that rotation and all that. I think 270 and 360 degrees rotation is definitely between those two the better, because you don't want to go higher than 360 and you do want to go lower than 270. So it's best to keep it between those two. So I have it on 300, so you can go higher if you want to. You go a tiny bit lower if you don't feel like it, but I feel it on 300 so because it feels better for me. Yeah, so I feel it that way more often. 100% on the steering rate. I never. It's new on this year's game. I never touched it. I never moved it. I never tested it out. So I kept it on 100%. So I think it's most important to have it on 100%. So if you're using a wheel or controller, so I always have it on 100 since it came out. The most important thing on the controllers is steering. If you're using a controller, I say 20 or 27 is better, because you can't go left if it's on 0. It's a bit weird, but if you have it higher than 20 and 27, you can turn left. But I got mine on 25 and 32, so because it feels a bit better for me. So you can have it 25 and 32 if you want to, or you can have it 20 or 27. I think that's between those two. I think those two are the best one to go for. So if you want to use mine and all that. Throttle, I have it on 0. Brakes, have it on 10, apart from that one, it's on 0. It's just to make sure I get the brakes on the right spot and make sure I don't go too late or too early or something like that. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's a little bit late and then it's not too bad at all from there. So yeah, so if you're using a pedals, that might be similar to that. Throttle might be the same on the pedals, but if you're using a controller, it's not an issue on the controller, so on throttle, that's fine for me. So yeah, so these two are definitely most important if you're using a controller, so like myself. So have it like that, or even 20, 27 and above should be fine for that from there. Let's move on to graphics settings now. I have that on 100. That's like the brightness or something like that. So I kept it on 100 as a default, as it was since the game came out. Strength, had it on 0. I'm not sure it's for PCs only or consoles only. I think it's for PCs, so I'm not sure. But I have it on 0 on the console, so I just did 0 just in case, so to make sure I get make it better. But I've been on 0 just in case anything happens. But it's not bad so far while I'm using it since it came out. I've tested it a few times, but it's not too bad. So on 0, I think it might be important for PC players, but I'm not sure on consoles. But I've been on 0 just in case and all that. Steering, I have it on. HDR, I have it auto, and I have it off on that one. Not worried about these two. I'm not worried about because it doesn't make any difference really. And this one I have it on because I kept it on and all that. On to audio settings now. I have it on 10 apart from music because I don't want to get copyright. You can have it on 10 if you want to. If you are doing YouTube, I'm not sure it makes a difference if you get copyright, but if it doesn't get copyright on 5, that's okay. But I've been on 0 just in case I get copyright on all that. Master volume, I have it on 3, just make it less noisy, and I don't want to get too loud in my ears and all that when I'm doing something. Engine ducking, I have it off. Speaker type, I have on TV speakers, and onboard mix, I have it on that one because I want the sound is really nice. It sounds really if you have it on broadcast or that one. This one's not too bad on this game, and I have it on broadcast on F122, so it's not actually that bad. And this one I have it on F123. It's not actually that bad actually. So I'm okay with that. Language depends where you're from. I speak English, but English on there, and also David Koff as a commentating. Doesn't matter which have, doesn't make a difference really on that. Mute by default and push to talk. I put it on because I can get rid of these weird noises in the background, and I want to chatting shit or talking in the background or talking shit in the background while I'm racing, so I'm gonna get distractions. And also, if I'm using a headset and they're using a headset, I can talk to them on there if they want to. If they can't get into a chat party where it does on there, so I always keep that on just in case. Voice ducking, I have it off because I don't want to. Well, it's off anyway, so it doesn't matter what I have. Upshift, tone, and foundation nap parking sensor, I have it off because I don't want to get weird noises in the background. I need to concentrate. I think it's most important for manual. If you're using up tone shift, you can have it on or off if you want to. If you're trying to manual for the first time, if you get used to it, just turn it off. I don't use it anyway, so it's fine. Park center, I always have it off because I don't want to get distractions. I don't want to hear noises in the background. So you can have it on if you want to, but I always have it off. Factory radio calls, wireless controller speakers, have it on because I don't mind it, and of course I can hear from the controller, so it's not bad though. So it compared to the TV and all that. I don't mind it on, so I don't mind those two. Response only on the radio. I have it response only because I don't want to hear Jeff and or other Jeffs hear it on the game every minute, every time going around in circles when I'm in a race or doing my flying nap. It just gets distractions. So I always have it on sponsors only because I don't like when Jeff's saying talking boring stuff's on there, so I'd like it to keep it quiet when I'm concentrating on all that in a race situation and all that. Music, have it off, on, or in theme, so it doesn't matter if you have it like that, so it doesn't make any difference. You can change it if you want to, but it's how you feel anyway. This one, temporary settings, I have it off, and I always have it off since day one, so I'm not actually that bothered with this one, so I always have it off. This one, options, have it off as well. Apart from this one, I have it off as well. You can turn it on if you want to. You can see if you want to see, you don't understand what they're saying, or if what they're trying to say in the words. I always have it off because it does get distractions in orbit, or sometimes in a race when you get distractions in orbit. So I always have it off. You can have it on if you want to, but I always have it off, so it's up to you anyway. And that is my settings for F123. So I hope you guys, I know you enjoy that. I hope it helps it out. Make sure you like, subscribe to your channel. They'll appreciate a lot. They'll be supporting all that. I hope it helps you. Hope it helps you out with my settings. So you can change it if you want to, and see how you feel about it. And yeah, so let me know in the comments if it helps. Make sure you like if it helps. I appreciate it a lot and all that. So yeah, so hope you guys have a nice day. Enjoy your day, and see you later.